What's up, guys? It's Liberty Dog. America's Chemical Testing History, Episode 2. Here we go. Alright. Dallas used... Oh, wait. Before I get going here. Now, if you guys check it out, you'll see across the top, starting on the left-hand side, cities, states, and bases, chemical agents, players involved, corporations, and agencies and names of operations for each one of these. I will also cite my sources. Dallas used in 34 tests. The Army studied clouds released from television tower. August 14th, 1980. Dallas Morning News. Okay, there was 34 tests done in Dallas and Cedar Hill. There was also some tests done in St. Louis and at the Dugway Proving Ground. Zinc cadmium sulfide was dispensed by aerosol. Now, aerosol can come back to the chemtrail conspiracy. Okay, the Army meteorological personnel was used to help cover up the fact any kind of chemicals were being used. And I think it's funny here. If released, cadmium could concentrate in living organisms, and continuous exposure over a long period to low levels of cadmium could cause chronic kidney damage. High exposure over a long period can cause cancer, hypertension, and cardiovascular disease. The Army spokesman, however, says it is harmless and is used in laundry detergents to make whites whiter and brights brighter, was his exact quote. Yeah, because I put laundry detergent on my cereal every morning, right? So, there's that one. And these were, and this was done from the WFFA television towers, using aerosol. So the next story. Army used bacteria in tests on cities. At least 8 American cities and military installations were subjected to simulated biological warfare attacks by Army scientists between 1950 and 66. The military continued to use the bacterium that was implicated in an outbreak of infection that killed one man in San Francisco within weeks of the initial test. Now, the guy killed, his name was Edward Nevin. You can see it right there with stars next to it. Oh yeah, I forgot to say this in the beginning. Every color is a different story. So, every time I flip it to a new story, you need to bump down to the next color there. Oh, and the site for this is Newsday in 1976, and it was published in the Dallas Times-Herald, Wednesday, December 22nd, 1976. So, there was also tests done at Point Mugu and Point Henemy, California, in the Los Angeles area, also Fort McClellan. In the Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania test, I'm assuming that's the Pennsylvania Turnpike one. They used Aspergillus fumigatus. That's admitted to be fatal in humans. And somebody from the Center for Disease Control, Dr. Libero Alejo, if I had been consulted and asked to choose an Aspergillus to use in a simulated biological warfare setup, fumigatus is the last one I would have suggested because we know it's pathogenic. Alright. During 1952, the Army conducted the test at Fort McClellan. The number of pneumonia cases more than doubled in the surrounding county. Now, that fact that this stuff is going to raise pneumonia and make pneumonia worse kind of makes me wonder, because right before the swine flu broke out, there was a bioweapon that come up missing from Fort Detrick, Maryland, as cited in the Army Times. And we're talking a couple weeks here at the most. Then Barry flies down to Mexico, comes back, and boom, we got swine flu. So, reminds me of a joke someone told me. Everybody always said there'd never be a black president till pigs fly. Well, now we got swine flu. So, there's that one. What am I doing on time? Good. Army made hundreds of tests. Dallas Morning News, Thursday, August 14th, 1980. The U.S. Army conducted hundreds of hundreds of chemical warfare tests over U.S. and Canadian cities in the 1950s and 60s. See, so our Canadian buddies, you're going to be safe too. Don't worry. We got your back. You'll be cool too. We're making sure you're safe. U.S. and Canadian cities in the 1950s and 60s, often enlisting the support of private corporations without revealing the reason for these tests. Now, we got our good buddies Monsanto that have finally made it up into one of these videos. It's only the second one, and you will see their name many, many more times in this series. I guarantee it. I've already got them planned in 2 more videos. So, now, one of the things that I thought was just so nice and safe of our government, you can see right here, 120,000 square miles in Georgia and North and South Carolina coastlines were sprayed. Ships operated 5 to 10 miles offshore and traveled a distance of about 150 miles for each test. A large area was covered with a reasonably high dosage, the 1952 report said. Zinc cadmium sulfide was the chemical used in the East Coast study. In Canada, where the Army conducted tests in Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canadian Defense Authorities, acting on behalf of U.S. Army researchers, told residents the tests were to determine whether the city could be covered in a smokescreen from Leesburg, Virginia, a town within 30 miles of the White House. See, so they don't even give a shit if they're releasing this by the president. So all you people that say, oh, they wouldn't do that because they'd be gassing themselves. Well, guess what? That argument just went out the window. Can't use that one against chemtrails no more. Now, this is my absolute favorite part of this article. In Minneapolis, the chemical was dispersed at night from an aerosol container and blower mounted on the rear of a truck or from dispensers on rooftops. So they're driving around in trucks gassing us. Man, I feel safe. So much safer. Alright. Good deal. And here's my favorite article of all in this one here. C.I.A. operated brothels reportedly tested drugs. The C.I.A. operated brothels in San Francisco and New York where drug-addicted prostitutes fed experimental drugs to unsuspecting customers, according to a newly released document. So, you guys, here we go. They set up in a whorehouse supporting illegal criminal activity to conduct their tests. Okay? So, this was done under Project Ultra. Now, you guys are going to hear Project Ultra many times, and there's several subheadings under Ultra, like MK Ultra, Naomi Ultra. I don't know, there's a bunch of them. I don't remember all of them off the top of my head at the moment. But you will hear Project Ultra many more times in this series. And we had Senator Edward Kennedy, let's see, what was his title at the time? He was the chairman of the Senate Health Subcommittee. You know, he's always looking out for our health. That's why he come up with the health scare bill. So this was called Operation Midnight Climax. It was operated by Stensfield Turner, a C.I.A. agent. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Agent Morgan Hall, who they have is a rum-sipping nice guy. Yeah, I bet. It says here their fees were for cigarettes, drapes, can posters, recording equipment, portable toilet, and two-way mirrors. So they were watching this go down and spanking their monkeys while the prostitutes were gassing people and doing them. It says the C.I.A. didn't make any money, but it paid the girls in the, quote, safe houses $100 a day as informers. Okay, so you guys, oh, and I'm sorry, this was in the Dallas Morning News, August 27th, 1977. So you guys can go research all these stories. I'm freaking telling you, this right here, I'm starting to get more and more information from people. And this is going to take off quick, and this will lead me to chemtrails. You watch, because I believe chemtrails is a secret testing program being done right now, but they're calling it geoengineering to stop global warming and to protect us. Okay? So, right here are the first few things I have found to substantiate that the government will indeed gas the unknowing citizens, and they will use an aerosol form to do it. Two things, okay, check them out. Dispersed from trucks and naval ships. Over 120,000 square fucking miles, man. Alright, so, and they're doing it by aerosol, which is also part of the chemtrail conspiracy. So as I work my way through this series, we will get our way to chemtrails. May the Republic stand strong. God bless America.